Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Objective MobileCast. I want to thank you so much for tuning in to the fourth episode. I just got out of the gym. Just take my lights off. Just got out of the gym. Thought I'd come here, just park somewhere and have a chat with you guys. Before we even get into it, guys, I want to remind you and ask you, request of you, to visit www.politicalstorm.com. I think it's so important to allow people of differing opinions to have equal platform. And nowadays, it's very hard to find that. It's very hard to find a news outlet that's not biased, or a news outlet that respects different opinions or holds them in the same light or gives them the equal light of day. Political Storm is a website that truly does that. And I'm so happy and so fortunate to be a part of the team. So definitely visit www.politicalstorm.com. They got some cool shirts. I'm not wearing mine today. But yeah, I'm asking you to do that if you can. Great. Also, if you're here right now and you do appreciate the video thus far, even though I haven't gotten to my content, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button to get notifications of new content. Before I begin, folks, I'll just start by a little story. Not really a story, but an example. Growing up, my dad and my mom, they'd always share with me the importance of getting your foot in the door, starting something. Even though you don't, even though, your dreams are not built in a day, it's important to start. It's important to get your feet in the door. That is the most crucial step, because a lot of the times we have such big dreams, we don't know where to start. We're waiting for all the stars to align for the perfect opportunity, but that's never going to come, guys. Guys and girls, that's never going to come, or very rarely does, I should say. And so I think that we should appreciate the importance of starting something, okay? Which leads me into my topic here, North Korea. Now, there was a historical meet between the President of the United States and the North Korean Supreme Leader, I believe they call him. This meeting was truly historical. Now, on either side, you're going to have criticism, you're going to have skepticism, and I believe there is healthy skepticism. Let me just make sure I'm recording here. Yes, I am. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, there's healthy skepticism, and then there's a skepticism and just ignorance and criticism that just comes from people because they're programmed to do so, talking points and rhetoric from the mainstream media. But there is something to be said, and there is a place for skepticism. And, a lot of people are right to ask questions as to, what are the tangible solutions? What are the tangible results that came out of this meeting? But I think it's also important, you don't want to get so caught up in that hypercriticism, so caught up in that cynicism, that you're not able to understand the historical moment that took place. You're not able to appreciate the fact that there's a start now, and that President Trump has his foot in the door. It's so important, and I don't want that to be missed. I don't want it to be undermined. I don't want it to be marginalized. And, just due to the political climate that we're in right now, and the divisive climate that we're in right now, that's easily overlooked. History will tell a story. When all of us are gone, or when we're old, we will see. Because, peace with North Korea, denuclearization of North Korea, is one of those things that you can't expect to happen in a day. We're talking about a dictatorial power who has many human right abuses, and to have these people denuclearize and to have peace with the United States, the West, who has a completely different way of running their government, way of running their country, it's not going to happen in a day. And for some people, that may discourage them from even starting a conversation with North Korea, and just cross them off as an enemy. So I think it's so important, and it's going to be a process. But the most important part of any process is starting. And that's what I believe is the most historical and most amazing part of that meeting. And I think that if we're objective, we can see and appreciate the value of even meeting and sitting down. Our president, well, sorry, I'm Canadian. Your president sitting down and eating and communing and conversing or conversating with this leader. I think it's great, and I don't want it to be overlooked. Now, you have people, and it's important that you understand the type of minds behind the anti-Trump movement or the anti-conservative movement. You have people like Bill Mayer, I think I said his name right, or who knows, who vocally and boldly and unapologetically said that he hopes that the American economy crashes. He hopes that the American economy fails under this president so that they can get him out. Now, how insane is that statement? How crazy is that? And you know what? What I noticed about the Trump presidency is that he is acting as a revelation, essentially, as to people's true thoughts and what they really feel. To be so selfish, to want the American economy to fail. How many people will be affected by the American economy failing? Us here in Canada, we're going to be drastically affected by that. And other trading partners. And think of the American civilians and citizens who will be affected by a failed American economy, a recession. Like, I think that's so ridiculous. That's so disgusting. And to have those cataracts of hatefulness and hatred and vitriol against a man, to hope that the entire country fails just to get him out of office. I hope that you folks listening to this have not sunk that low. And I hope that you can appreciate the fact that, America is doing well under this president. Despite the rhetoric, despite the sensationalism, they're doing well. And I find it so interesting that it took a racist, it took a bigot to get the black unemployment and Latino unemployment down to the lowest it's been since recorded. I find it so interesting that it took a warmonger to begin the process of peace with North Korea and the denuclearization of North Korea. Are we so forgetful to remember that the news coverage stated that under this president there would be nuclear war? The world would be tossed into nuclear war. Are we so forgetful to remember those headlines and the pundits and the rhetoric just even a few months ago? I find it interesting, guys. I find it really interesting. But anyways, I want to thank you for tuning in to episode 4 of the MobileCast. I would love to hear what you have to say, your opinions, your criticisms, your skepticism on the whole North Korea meet, the summit in Singapore between the president and the supreme leader. I think it's an extraordinary time to be alive, and right now we have an opportunity to be objective, to sit down, look at things from the outside. And just, consider what's happening. And I hope that I'm able to change, or not change, but my goal is not to change anyone's mind. I want to challenge people. I want to challenge myself. And, so leave a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Again, share the video, guys. We really want to bring people and bring awareness to Political Storm, because I love the spirit and the philosophy behind Political Storm. I think it's so important, especially in today's social and political climate. So thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Make it your goal to be objective. Have a good day.